Hello everyone, welcome to COVID-19 data analysis. In this video, I'm going to tell you that how to convert these data to this form. This is basically my blog. I started my blog in mid-May so that I can publish my finding, that what I find from this data, and just publish it so that everyone can see the findings. Not they have to go through the each and every column. Like you cannot tell this what is happening here. Right, although you have graph and pie chart enough, but as a data analyst, I'm just going to publish my findings. So as a data analyst, it's preferable to just tell only those things which are needed to the viewer or to the stakeholders. In my case, the stakeholders are those who just visit my blog. So it's pretty informative. Just I just compare the data also, that in 30th of May this was the stuff, and on 5th of June the data is this. So what is the change between data and how the situation is changing across the world in every respect, right? So from now I'm just going to tell you that how I did this, what is the code, right? So I basically use Jupyter Notebook to do my all the analytical stuff. It's very beautiful and very handy tool for data analysis, and popular one too. This is the same code that I use to publish my data, right? So I'm going to tell you from scratch that what each line of code means, and if you want to know something about Jupyter Notebook, just mention it in comment and I will just make a short video. So the first thing is to just gather the data. So how would you gather the data? There is a method called web scraper. There is also the library, which is beautiful soap, which is used to scrap the data. But for my case, I just copy paste whole the data in Excel sheet and process it to analyze the stuff. We'll start by copying the data. We'll just copy the data by selecting all the data and copying and pasting it to Excel sheet. Right, press Ctrl C, open a directory where you keep all your files, and make a new Excel sheet. Just name it. What is the date of today? Today is 6th of June. So we'll save our data at 06. Sorry, 06 underscore 06. Okay, 06 underscore 2020 WM. The data is from worldmeter.com .info. Sorry. It is a very good way to store data by its date. Now paste all the data. You will find that the column name is in two rows, 1 and 2. So don't worry, we will figure out in Python code that how to handle this kind of data. This type of column name is called multi-label, right? So press Ctrl S and just leave, and back to our Jupyter notebook. So from first we I'm going to import our dependencies and libraries that we're going to use in our data analysis. So there's only three libraries that we're going to need. First one is NumPy for arrays, second is Matplotlib for graph and pie chart, and third is Pandas to creating data frame. So we'll just copy. I will just make a new Python file. Control V, and to run the cell just press shift and enter. and you're done. Next thing is creating data frame. See, the data is reflecting here, and what we're going to do, we will use read Excel function of Python to read the data. This is my previous data, right? I published some data on 1st of June, so I name it like 1st June to 2020. So right now our data name is 06 underscore 06 underscore 2020 WM, and here I mentioned that I want to consider header of row 0 and row 1. So let's see what happen if we don't put this in our code, right? So there is a command df.info which is going to tell you about the column, its data types and all those stuff. So when I press shift enter, it will import the data from it and print it. Now you can see that the column name is country, total, new. It's pretty irrelevant, right? Just print top 5 lines of our data, just what the data tells. Df, it's our data frame, right? Dot head, it will going to print first 5 lines. Only the top row is taken as the column name and rest of the thing is considered as a data. So we have to tell the Python code that we want to consider first 2 rows as our column name. So that's why we wrote this code, that we're going to consider 0th row and first row as our header. Now see what happened, right? Now if we again run the code, same code, shift and enter, and see we have a good data frame built multi-level header, and the multi-level header is quite tricky to perform the analytical task, so we're going to change it. The best way to change the header is to just rename all the column names. So I did the same, I just rename all the column name according to our need, right? To rename the column name, the first is that df, that what we created in the first line here, and dot columns, and then you have to specify each column name, that what you want to name them. The first one was the serial number, the hash one, right? So we write SN. The second one is country comma others, so we don't need the others, so we name it as a country. Then other was total case, so we did that the total underscore case on a single string. So we mention all the column names and just put our column name, for that our data set makes some sense, right? Now if I run this code, now look, the multi-level header is changed into the single level header in the normal form, that what we're going to use it, right? So we have some unnecessary data that we don't want, that I personally don't want to process. Just like here was serious critical, so I just rename it as SC because I don't want to use it. If you want to use these data, just make a sensible name. So I don't want to use this data, so I just rename them in the short form. And actually for the processing data, we know we don't need these things, right? So one way is I did this to just delete this whole column to cross validate the data from your data frame, for example. But I don't prefer that. I process, I did some mistake in calculating data. I created a new data frame to just cross validate and copy just to only cross validate relevant data to it. I will go through to do that previous data frame, that is df, and just create a new data frame by naming that df underscore new, right?
And
I did
our
this
previous
to
data
just
frame was
simplify.
df.
I
I
just make a new
only
data
copy
frame
the
with a
relevant
certain
data, that
column
country name,
name,
total case, total death, total recover, active case, total test, and population from the previous data, and created a new data frame, that df underscore new. So I created this new data frame. uh, I don't want to alter the original data frame for the cross validation process, to just verify our findings that it is right or wrong. It's up to you that you what you want to do with your data set. You want to delete all those stuff that you don't want to need, or just keep a separate copy for your cross validation, is up to you, right? So I just going to print our new data frame or top 5 line. There is what is head is. And there's one more thing, if you only want to print a single line, just put a 1 in it, and it's just going to print a single line of data. And if you want to print 10th line, uh sorry, to 10 row of data, and just put 10 and just run it, it will going to show you the top 10 of your data, right? So I don't want all the 10 row, I want just top 5 for it. Now the second step is to calculation. For the calculation, what first you have to know that what you want to calculate. So in my case, I want to calculate, the first thing was that what percent of total population of a country is affected by COVID-19, right? So I want to create a new data frame. In this, it will have all the previous value like this, and in additional, it will have the values like what percent of a total population of a country is affected by the virus. And there's more findings, that what is the percentage of active case, and what is the percentage of recovered case, and what is the death percentage. So to accumulate this, so we're going to create a new data frame. So just see how to do that. The first line is that we make a list of what are the column name that we supposed to have in our new data frame, right? The first is country. Our new data frame, I'm going to have all this value, and it's additional, the is as the infected, I just name is infected. In this column, we're going to store the infection rate of the country, that what percentage of population is infected by this virus. And I just name it per underscore recovered, that we're going to store the percentage of the recovered one, percentage of a death one, and whole population. So I just make a list like this, right, and assign it to the variable. And to create our data frame, I name it data analysis, df underscore analysis, sorry, and pd for panda, pd dot data frame, and column name is our list. So it will going to create a data frame with the name of df underscore data analysis, and right now it's have no values means no data. If we write df underscore analysis dot head, it will not going to show any data, just column name, because it doesn't have any data, right? See, so now what we're going to do, we're going to do run for loops. In for loop, uh, we iterate through each and every row and collect the data, process the data, and append it to the new data frame. I'll show you how it is done, right? So this is our for loop. So this is our for loop. In for loop, it's Very simple. For I in df new, this is our previous data frame, df new, which we created previously, right? Dot index, we want to iterate it with index, right? So the first variable is country, and what we are going to do, we are going to do df new, our data frame name, dot loc, loc, and there's a two way of retrieving data from data frame. First is from loc, from iloc. loc, if we use loc, it means we are retrieving data through labels. Label means with a proper column name, right? So what does it mean when it's done the first time? Very first time I start with 0, right? So what is going to do, it will going to do 0th index of row, this one, and column name is country, so the world, the name world is going to store in country, variable, right? Likewise, we collect all this data, the total case, active case, total case, and just store it in our variables. I just name this variable according to my needs, but it's appropriate that you name this variable according to the function, that what this variable going to do, right? So just to process, just take example of us is in second row. So when the for loop run for second time, then it will collect all these data of us, and what is going to do, just going to the we will going to take total case of USA, multiply it by 100 and divide it with the population. It will going to tell us that what percent of USA is infected through this virus, and we will store this data in per underscore inf, right? And in next line we will calculate the percent of recovered, the percentage of death, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to append this in our data frame, which is data analysis. To do that, we're just going to name df analysis equal df analysis dot append. First is the column name and the value, our variable, which is this country, this country, right? Total case, t case, and all our findings here. And apart from that, we have to write ignore underscore index grid 2, because right now we have to ignore indexing. If we didn't write this code, it will going to put you on some error. So just run it and done. So if you want to see the data, control C, control F, dot head. Now see, it just calculated just the data. Like in USA, the infected rate is 0.59% of population is affected by COVID-19. The recovery rate is 37%. Death is 5%, right? And its population 33 crores. So there is one another way to see this data in shaded form, that we have the styler form, we have the styler in data frame. We use styler to shade this data according to the number. I'll show you how it's done. So for the visualization, we don't want to consider this world parameter, means the first row. So I write it like this, that once we will start our data from one position and to 199, right? Just I will use background gradient. C map, the color map is going to be reds. So it's just going to change our data like this. It's going to shade our data. The lighter the number, the lighter the color, the lower the number, the darker the color, higher the number. Right. So it's very handy to visualize that where we got some higher values. Right. What if we don't want the whole data frame not to be colored like this? So what if I only want the total death and total recover to be shaded in this form? So I will use subset, right, like this. Where is our cell? Here is our cell. So the rest of the code is same from here, and just we're going to just specify that we want to shade only the total death and active cases with red shaded, right? So when I press shift and enter, it will only going to shade these two rows, right? So this is our for the first video, and stay tuned. In next video I am going to tell you about that how to create the graph like pie chart and bar chart like this, and just label it, right? Stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and if you want any if you have any confusion, just mention it in a comment and I will make a separate video for that. Thank you.